Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in this video, we have a very special guest. I brought on Brandon from Relyfund for a quick AMA. I tried to make it quick, concise, answer the tough questions, kind of touched on a couple of different things, a lot regarding the FUD that has happened over the last couple of days with the Jonathan Sellers AMA. We also hit a bunch on their roadmap and how they're going to be rolling out their NFTs in the near future. So definitely watch all the way to the end so you can stay up to date with what they have going on. But full transparency, I myself have invested 5K into Relyfund. This is also the first video that I have done with a face cam. So pretty big milestone for the channel. And I was happy to share that with a project that is seeming to do very, very well. They did let me know that they're going to be releasing some stuff later on today in the Discord regarding some trade logs, some trades that have happened this week to kind of give you guys an update on everything that's been happening. So let me know what you think about this style of content where we're bringing on founders of projects, talking about the protocol, asking some questions. Again, let me know down below in the comment section of today's video. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, guys, welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in this video, we have kind of a special guest here. We have Brandon from Relyfund, and we are going to be doing kind of a little bit of an AMA. We're going to ask him some questions. He's going to tell us about the protocol. Yeah, just typical AMA stuff, but very excited to have you on, man. Welcome.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure here, man.
Cool. So, like I was kind of explaining to you a little bit earlier, I listen to AMAs all the time, right? Just being an investor myself, and what I really hate is like listening to AMAs or checking out AMAs that are like an hour long, where it's a lot of fluff in there. So the goal here is just to kind of get right down to it. I've got a list of questions that I specifically want to ask you, but I would love to kind of just get started with, if you could give me a brief overview of the protocol. And on my screen for people watching this video, I have up the Relyfund website. So I'll be kind of going through that as well during our conversation today.
Cool. Yeah. So, what Relyfund is trading software, basically automated crypto trading bots. We've been working on for a couple of years now, and it basically, it gives you up to 2%, 2.2% per day. And yeah, I mean that overall, basically just a trading software. So.
Yeah. Cool, man. And how long have you guys? I know that there's been some talks about like, oh well, you've had 2 years of back tested data. Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit over 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, and is that just like I said, just a back test, or is that actual dollars in real time that have been going on for like the last 2 years?
Well, the 2 years that I speak about is back test, but obviously on the side we have tested it ourselves with real dollars.
Okay.
But the back testing that I believe Sam showed in one of our videos previously,
Yeah.
that was back testing just to test out the capacity of how much they could trade with.
Okay.
But yeah, we've went through 3 or 4 different versions over the last 2.5 years. But yeah, we've all separately used it, on our own personally as well. So
Sure. Okay. Cool. Well, what about the team? I obviously know Brandon. That's you. And I believe that there's 2 other members on the team as well, right? Maybe even more.
yeah, there's 2 other co-founders,
Okay.
Sam and Alan.
Okay.
And then we have 2 main developers, 1 assistant developer, and a marketing team.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got it. And what are your guys' kind of background? How did you guys get into DeFi and getting to where you are now with launching a project?
Yeah. So basically, I started out trading forex, and I was in this forex company about five or 6 years ago, and that's where I met one of the other co-founders, Alan. And me and him got together. Started doing business together, and then one of his real close friends, which is the third co-founder, Sam. That's kind of how I met him. Up in about a year ago, Web3 caught our attention, and just kind of started playing with it, and then we figured these bots would probably work better with crypto versus forex. So we tried it out, and lo and behold, we get way better results
Right.
due to the volatility. So
Yeah. Awesome, man. And
yeah.
and I know that you guys have shared some well, you've posted some trade logs, right, in your Discord. I believe that was on the 25th. Do you guys plan on posting more of that type of stuff? Just to kind of
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, actually, yeah. So we posted on day one, just to show everybody, we're legit. We have trades. We're actually trading. We have
Mhm.
real bots. And I was actually earlier today. I was working on an announcement for our first week trade logs. So after we get off here, I'll probably finish up that announcement and put out the weekly trade logs. So
Okay, cool. And so I know that when I first heard about you guys, obviously you had your AMA with Jonathan Sellers. And there was a whole bunch of commotion that kind of enveloped that whole situation. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
yeah, so it was Christmas Eve. I remember we
Yeah,
did the
exactly.
AMA with them. Yeah, and I went and spent some time with family. I don't know, it was like 12 or 15 hours, into that night, and then the next day, into Christmas, and then I look on my Telegram for the first time, like midway through Christmas Day, and see everybody, freaking out. That apparently I went radio silent,
Right.
which obviously wasn't the case, but no, we got it cleared up. I understand where he was coming from as far as he's got to look out for his community, um, but yeah, um, no big deal. So.
Yeah. And I know that, correct me if I'm wrong, when you were talking to Jonathan during that AMA, you guys or he kind of had pushed you towards KYCing with True Seekers because I guess the company that you guys had used was kind of bullshit. Now, since that happened a little while ago, has there been any like progress as far as like a True Seekers doxing or KYC or anything like that?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get a KYC with another company. I don't know if it'll be True Seekers or not.
Okay.
We did get a quote. We got quoted by them, and did a little bit of research on other projects that were had done KYCs with them,
Okay.
and we were looking through other options. I think we may go with RugDoc. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. So,
Okay.
but yeah, we're definitely gonna KYC with another company.
Right. So just looking over some things on the website, right? Defi 1% of all deposits and withdrawals, which is pretty interesting because typically on a lot of these other types of bot projects, the like the dev fees are a lot higher. So quick question, like what made you
Yeah.
guys go with that 1% on deposits and 1% on withdrawals? So total 2% round trip, right?
Right. Yeah, basically, I mean, like I was saying, we've had these bots for a while. We've used them ourselves, and they're real bots. I mean, I know I'm not gonna, bash any other projects or anything like that, but more times than not, most projects claim to have bots that don't. And when you have software like this, we don't need to make. We're not here to make money off of other users. We're here to bring an opportunity to users. So
Right.
we figured, if we didn't charge any dev fee at all, it would be suspicious or pointless, but we just try to keep the fees as low as possible, to give people, the best opportunity that we could. So,
Right, and to kind of piggyback on that, since I don't know how long you've been in the DeFi space, but if you've heard of Drip Network, there's their founder. His name's Forex Shark. I don't.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure that you've heard like the commotion that he's caused by saying, well, if a protocol or somebody has in their possession a trading bot that can consistently generate insane results, right? Like, what is the reason for somebody to go out and create a protocol like this rather than just utilizing it on their own and being able to make the money that way?
Yeah, I mean, like I was just saying, there's people, there's types of people in this world. Whenever you create something or you come across something or develop something that could benefit other people, you come to the question, personally of, do you want to share that with other people, help other people, do some good and bring some positivity to other people, or do you just want to keep it to yourself? Kind of like screw everybody else. I'm
Right.
just doing this for me. That's just not the type of people we are. And I could speak for my team as well. I'm real particular about who I work with and the type of people I do business with. So
Yeah.
we're all we all feel the same way about that. Um, you know,
Well,
so
that's definitely good, and I could definitely appreciate that. Like, I mean, that's kind of the whole reason why I started my YouTube channel, right? Is just because I wanted to be able to take the lessons that I'm learning in investing in crypto and DeFi and be able to share those, like, even mistakes that I'm making, just being transparent and sharing mistakes that I'm making with people on the channel and how I'm learning and progressing day by day. Um, and sure, there's benefits to having an audience and things like that. We can do cool stuff like we're doing today, where I get to have the opportunity to talk with leads of projects like yourself. Um, but the initial inspiration for me was to be able to you know hopefully help other people with the information that I'm learning on the day to day basis. So I can definitely relate to that.
yeah,
So I definitely love that. So
yeah,
uh,
definitely, definitely.
so diving back into, I'm just reading some of like your FAQs on the website here. They're looking at a referral rate right now of 5% for the first 30 days, right? And then after the first 30 days, it drops down to 2%.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And why is that? Is that just to try to accumulate funds for the bots, or is there a different motive there?
Yeah, no, it was just for a way to help the onboarding process, speed that up a little bit. Whereas we did figure we didn't want to keep it too high for very long,
Hmm.
because obviously that would take away from other people's pockets versus if you select people that refer a lot of people in, making all that extra contract balance. But we figured, if we could just start it off high and then cut it down after a certain period of time, that would be the best way to utilize referral awards. Because I know a lot of people are kind of split
Right.
feelings about referrals, about not having any at all versus a small amount to of course, like influencers like yourself or people that own communities, obviously, like referral awards. But
Right.
we kind of just wanted to be fair to everybody. So,
Okay. Cool. So I'm just gonna kind of give you the rundown of. So I put in $5,000 into the protocol, and just so we can kind of nail down some of the finer details. So I can withdraw every 7 days, right? As long as my rewards or that I can claim my claimable amount is above $50, right?
right, right. You can claim every 7 days, but if you withdraw or refund, you can only do that one time,
Okay.
and
And
that's after 15 days
okay. So
of deposit.
if for whatever reason after the first 15 days, after the 15 days has elapsed since I first initially made my principal deposit, If I go and get a refund, is that because I know with some other protocols, like if you go and you get a refund, then your wallet's blacklisted, you're not allowed back in the protocol.
Yeah.
Um, is that the case here?
Yeah, that's we're the same way. And if we don't do that for the same reasons the other protocols claim to do it. It's just it's less of a hassle for us whenever there's other people that are actually staking their money in here for a longer period of time. When we have real buy, it might not be hard for other projects that just don't have bots trading and they're really just like an ROI contract.
Hmm.
They could just give their refunds back, but we have real trades going. We have real positions that are filled or that are being filled. So it makes it really hard to just up and refund. Users whenever there's their money's in the middle of trades. So
Right, right, and
it's
and
just a convenience that
especially if it's just somebody that I mean, granted, I can understand like from a team's perspective, if you're getting a bunch of refunds for like $100, $200, like
right, right,
it
yeah,
probably becomes very frustrating, and then to have those people like those same people have access to continue to do those things. Um, but
yep, exactly, yeah.
speaking of the actual trades, are you open to kind of sharing any of the strategy behind what you guys are doing?
Um, yeah. To summarize, I mean, I could be here all night trying to
Right,
explain it
right,
in detail, but to summarize, basically, it's just different parameters and different triggers that set off, our programs that we've set up, certain percentages of volatility. Um, whenever the market swings, that each pair has a unique range of volatility throughout certain periods of the day, things like that. Our developers, they're like on point with this. I mean, I couldn't like get down into the like the code detail. I'm not a
sure.
developer or anything, um, but yeah, basically just really smart software that can um, pick up on small little details of volatility.
Okay.
Um,
And are you guys
yeah,
trading with leverage at all?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And do you know like what are you using 20x leverage? Are you using 100x leverage?
They're different. They range
Okay.
depending on if it's a low mid or high cap um, um, coin.
Mhm.
Basically, we have a range of I believe it's between 1 to like 15 x,
Okay.
depending. So
Yeah, because I was running some bots on FTX while I was using FTX, the exchange, before that whole shit show happened. But essentially, like
yeah,
right, like these bots were using like 20x leverage. It was kind of like a pseudo delta neutral strategy where I would like have a bot that opened up long positions on Bitcoin, had a bot that opened up short positions on Bitcoin. So I was kind of taking advantage.
yeah,
Yeah, no matter way
yeah,
which way the markets went, and the bots worked really well until FTX shut down. So since then
yeah,
I mean it's hard for somebody that's in the states to be able to take advantage of like leverage trading like that without having to jump through hoops and VPNs
jump
and
through
all this
hoops.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Um, Okay, cool. So let's talk about your roadmap before we kind of wrap things up. And it's something that I'm super interested in. But you guys have kind of leaked out a little bit of information regarding these NFTs that you have going on, right?
yeah. So next up in the roadmap, we have our Rely bots, which basically we're just giving out personal access, individual access. To our users individually for the bot for the software.
Okay.
We're not giving everybody like here's a link, download the software. We're going to give everybody access to use the software within our platform, but as their own individual fund.
Right, right, right.
Um, Some people thought that we were actually going to like give out the software for people to download
Right, right.
and use on their own computers. But yeah, we couldn't do that. Um, but yeah, basically just like an access pass, if you will,
Okay.
to use your own bot
And I
and
know that
adjust it however you want.
they're gonna be super limited too, right?
Oh yeah, we're only gonna have 1,000, 1,000 relay bots. We're gonna have three phases. The first two phases, the first one we're gonna release 100. Second phase, I believe, is 300, and then the last phase is going to be public for 600.
Okay.
And they'll go, then they'll ladder step up, and BNB. The first phase is going to be, I believe, 3 BNB each. Second phase is going to be 4, and then the last phase will be 5 BNB each.
Right. And you had, I know that you guys essentially you were whitelisting everybody that was like invested into Relyfund up to like the 1.5 million total deposit mark, right?
Correct. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So how do you know how many users there are? Is there going to be like I imagine that there's quite a few, right? And it's going to be kind of a race to get one of these NFTs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's not what we initially aimed for. Like we're not trying to like create some type of like FOMO situation. It's just
Right.
that if we have too many, like we want everybody to have one, of course, but if we give out too many, it's going to be, we're going to buy, you know, processing power and like an actual like a set of computers to run. Um, all these bots at the same time for everybody. So 1,000, like, I don't know if we may do more in the future. Um, but as far as the whitelist, yeah, everybody but before 1.5 million. And like I said, I think the third phase, because I know a lot of people were upset with that. So we're making the third phase completely public. So
Okay. Okay. So to kind of recap that, so you buy these NFTs, and that kind of just gets you access to like your own personal bot. You obviously you're not going to be able to download it, but essentially, would you be able to okay buy the NFT? Then that gives me access, and then I could put however much money I wanted to, into that bot, and then that's what you guys are
yeah.
using to trade. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, we're gonna have a platform. We're gonna set it up on both Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. We're gonna have like a dashboard and everything where you connect your wallet, validate the end that you have the NFT, and basically you'll like create your own account. It'll be hooked up to your wallet. You won't have to deposit money into anything like any type of platform or anything like that. It's all
Right.
your money, your wallet, basically, completely controlled by you. However, you will be able to adjust it. If you want to go more risk, more reward, or vice versa, if you want to tone it down a little bit and less risk, things like that.
Oh wow.
But of course, the recommended will be set at how we have the main Relyfund bot set. So
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, that's definitely. I don't know anything else out there that is like that. I mean, there's I guess there's people or projects out there that have created NFTs. They sell them for $1,000, and then that money gets pulled in and used to and used for bots, kind of like the way that Rely Fund is right now. However, instead of depositing into a contract, you're just buying an NFT. Those funds get burnt, and then like they're paying out NFT holders a portion of the profits generated by the bots. So like what you guys are planning on doing is something that is kind of first mover, which sounds extremely cool. Do you have like
yeah,
a
yeah.
timeline?
Right now, not 100%. I know a lot of people are a little irritated that we're moving so fast, but
Right.
you have to understand we've been planning this out for like years. We've had we've prepped everything, we've got everything, everything's tested, everything's for the most part put together and developed. We still have some last minute developments to make on the interface for the bots. and for the application dashboard, everything like that.
Okay.
We still have to finish up, but I'm sure if we wanted to, we could get them out within the next week. But I don't know if we'll rush it that much. I know people want to see how Relyfund in general does before they invest into a bot, but
Hmm.
at the same time, that's not on us. If you want one,
Right.
grab one. If not, you'll still be able to buy if somebody else wants to sell theirs afterwards. On the marketplace, it'll work like any other NFT collection.
Yeah.
And they'll also have individual artwork as well. It's pretty cool. They're like little robots. They have their own attributes and everything. So
Awesome,
it's
man.
pretty cool.
And then outside of this like the NFTs on the roadmap, is there anything else, any alpha that you want to share?
Um, Other than the NFTs, I don't want to give anything else out
Okay.
right now. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. Oh, also we did just have an issue with our Telegram.
That's right.
I
That's
think I
right.
told you about it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to let everybody know. So basically, we tried to install a bot to alert us every time we get a new deposit, and apparently something within that bot went against Telegram's policies.
Hmm.
So the second we installed it, it just disappeared. Like it kicked everybody out. The server went down. So we made a new server. It's updated on the website. We have it in Discord, the link in Discord and everything. So we're back up and good to go with that. So
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, man. Well, I mean it really answers all my questions. I mean, it um sounds like you guys know what you're doing. I'm excited to hopefully stay on board for a long time. I know that it's kind of hard to gauge these types of bot projects just because like this is all the hype right now. These are the projects that everybody's putting out. And when you have, one of the biggest ones going down, it kind of puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth. All right, we got disconnected there for a quick second. But what I was saying is like, um, right, like these types of bot protocols are like all the rage and all the hype right now in the DeFi space. And when we see protocols like Stablefund, like essentially rug everybody, like one of the biggest protocols. Now, granted, there's a little bit of a difference because Stablefund never really showed anything, right? They didn't show shit for trade logs, they didn't show proof of bots or anything like that. Um, but you guys are. But like, how are you? Was that something that you guys knew going into it? Like, fuck, we gotta try to
yeah.
combat this.
No, well, no, we knew from day one that we weren't going to have the same problems as Stable Fund
Mhm.
or any of these other projects. Just simply because, I mean, now that Stable Fund's completely done and they're over with, they never had bots. They're just like a low APY miner contract or ROI contract.
Right.
Um, so I don't, if they had bots, they would have no problem showing trade logs like we are.
Right, and I think it's so interesting because we've
As long as it's
seen.
not lives, you
Right.
can't like front run. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen like even other projects that claim to have bots, and people are just like, well, just show the trade logs, man. Like, and that would combat so much FUD and so much BS, but they never do, right? And that it ends up unraveling right in everybody's face. So it's definitely good to see that you guys are on
Right.
top of trade logs, and I'll definitely be looking out for like the update that you were talking about in the beginning of the call, um, to kind of show all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna make a short video and actually scroll through the trades
Awesome.
within my account. So it won't just be like screenshots. Like I'll show you guys the actual account and everything. So
Awesome, man.
which is another thing. We see people faking trade or faking, like a
Yeah.
PDF of like trade copy. Come on,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, cool, man. I think that was, like I said, really all the questions that I had to ask, and I really appreciate you coming back on, or coming on for the first time. What I meant to say was like I would love to have you back on once we get a little bit closer to the NFT launching and all that stuff, so that we
Yeah,
can keep everybody updated.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'd love to. Yeah, and I was gonna say, your channel was probably actually one of the first channels that opened me up to DeFi.
Oh, really?
About a year ago. It was about a year ago around this time. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome, man. That's really
So
cool to
it's real
hear
cool
because it's been a
being
it's
able to.
yeah, it's definitely been a journey for
Yeah.
me. And this, what's kind of cool is like this is the first video where I'm showing my face on the channel here, so you get to be kind of a part of that
Oh, nice.
cool milestone here on the channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Damn, I should have pulled my webcam. I know a lot of people want me to dock.
Right, right.
I should have just done it,
Yeah.
but maybe next time.
Yeah, next time we'll do that. That's the plan. Well, cool, man. Thank you so much for coming on, and again, excited to see how the future unfolds for Relyfund.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having me, and just stay tuned. We'll keep up with the announcements. So.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Thank you so much for your time.